Welcome back to the Let's Play world. I have been making some slow but steady progress on the walls of our castle, but that is not what we're doing today. Today, we are turning off the mobs. No, it's not going to be quite that simple, but it's not that far off, actually. So I have a question for you all while I take down this little joke. What is the best way to find the deep dark and ancient cities? There are two options or two answers that I know of. The first is probably what many of you may have guessed. It is simply to go down to deep slate levels and start digging. And if you said that, you are correct, but that's the slow method, and it's gonna take you a while to actually find anything if you do that. The faster method that took me a little bit of digging to find, actually, is to look at your F3 screen, and what you're really looking for here is this E value right here. The deep dark will only spawn when that value is between -0.4 and -0.5. And now I have already taken the liberty of doing some exploring in my world. Maybe we can see it from here. If you look really closely, somewhere, there's one right there, right on the green line. You can see two pillars way off in the distance over there. That is the location of two little bits of the deep dark that I have already found. What does the deep dark have to do with turning off the mobs? Well, as it turns out, wardens can be forced to remain in the world indefinitely without needing to name tag them or anything, which means that you can use them to fill up the mob cap very easily. You just need to be careful not to get absolutely obliterated by them in the process. That is the basic plan. We're going to use wardens to turn off the mobs, specifically in the nether. Overworld mobs don't scare me nearly as much as just a single ghast in the nether. Because as I mentioned in the end of my last episode, I'm always worried that a ghast is just going to spawn in, take one shot at me. It's going to create a whole mess that I don't want to deal with. So today, we're going to be coming down into one of these holes, and I really hope there's water down here. And we're going to spawn a bunch of withers in here. Not withers. We're going to spawn a bunch of wardens in here, and we're going to turn off the mobs in the nether. Now, did I come over here prematurely? Absolutely. I am nowhere near ready. So, I'm going to cut here, and I'll come back when I'm actually ready to start working on this project. So I do have a shulker with a few supplies. It's not everything I plan on using, and into the hole we go. Right there. That's our target. For those not aware, this is actually the first time I've ever done anything with the deep dark, not in a creative world. I am terrified right now. I do not want to deal with a warden. But oh my God. Stop it. Please stop making noise. Okay, the lava is a little worrying, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of the lava. Gonna throw up some light. Right, this is just gonna be a temporary portal. It's gonna go right here. because I just need to know where in the nether this is going to put us. And this puts us right here. Where is here? Oh, this is much further away than I thought it would be. So for those who aren't aware, that is the bastion where I got my netherite upgrade template. And if I can remember my directions, yeah, there's the tunnel for spawn. And so, okay, it's not as far away as I thought it was. I thought we were on the far side of the bastion, but no. So now I need to go all the way up to the roof. And we're going to glitch ourselves through the roof and get on top of the nether roof for the first time. Now, I don't actually remember what Y level I need to be at for the nether roof, but that is feeling promising. So the idea, as far as I understand it, is we get some ladders, we come up to here, we throw an ender pearl at about like there, and we just kind of magic our way up. I'm putting everything I do not wish to lose away in case this goes horribly wrong and I end up dying. I do actually need an ender chest, or this is going to be real awkward if I get up there and can't get back. And the rest of this I don't really care about. Sure, some nether quartz is nice to have. Nicer than diorite. Always scared breaking those by hand. Okay. Oh, I don't want to lose any of that. And roofing time. Where do we aim? Is it here? Oh, look at that. Nice and easy. And that beam would be where the nether fortress is. Now, I am going to have to break bedrock at some point this episode, I'm just now realizing. That will come at a later time, though. For now, we're going to celebrate the accomplishment of reaching the nether roof. I'm going to put a torch right here. And I need a portal right here, how about? And let's see where this one links up to. Perfect. Oh. Sir? I do not want you in here. At all. Like, at all. You might cause me some issues later. But if I go back through here, where do I come out? Probably the lower one. Yeah, so I believe we break this portal. See? This right here is exactly what I'm worried about. I do not want you ruining my nether builds, as few as they may be right now. We go back to spawn. Oh, hello, Voxy. And then from spawn, we go all the way back. Now we drop back down this hole. And if everything has worked out right, this should now take us up to the roof. Yes! Step number 2. How am I doing this? How am I doing this? I've been doing a bit of thinking, and we're actually going to not punch a hole in the nether roof today. I just don't feel like looking up how to do that, and I know it can be a bit of a pain to do it. So instead, we're going to start by taking note of the coordinates right here, which are... It's going to be 190... Sorry. Minus 188, whatever we want y to be, and 6 is the number of that block right there. Because this portal is for the creeper spawner that I built, that I AFK at. Very rarely these days, actually. The idea I have is I'm going to put a new portal down below at the collection system that links to the like actual generated area of the nether, and then I'll get this portal up here to link up onto the nether roof, and that'll be our quick access up there. So if I'm over at the base and then I need to turn off the mob switch or turn it on, I just go through the portal there, come out there, come up here, go in this portal, and I'm on the roof, and I can just hop on over and shut it off instead of like flying all the way back over to there, which takes a couple of minutes. At some point in the near future, I'm gonna have to make this place look a little better. More than a little better, a lot better. And I'm gonna get like actual like crafters to turn these into bone blocks and a sorting system that's like actually useful. But I have so many plans and so little time for all those plans. So we're just gonna have to get through what we've got right now and do the rest later. Okay, let's see where this links to. I'm hoping, yeah, it's either here. So we might have to move a portal down there to help with this plan as well. But if we go back through here, where does this take us out? It takes us down to here. Perfect. So now we've got those coordinates in the nether. We now need to get to those coordinates on top of the nether roof. Is this block. So that's how far away these portals are. Not terribly far. I'm not entirely sure if orientation matters. I'm just going to hope it doesn't. And go 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and a 4th. Wait. Why do I always feel like I'm getting this wrong? See, I can't even make a rectangle. What is up with me? Do that. And let's see if I even need to move any portals around or if this will just work as is. Sleep real quick as well. So if we go through here, I'm hoping we end up on the roof. Yes! We go back through. And we go down under. And we go through. We should end up in the nether, not on top of it. Perfect. I mean, these portals are only, what, like 8 blocks away in the nether? This one's at Y97. Where do we think the other one's at? If you, my dear viewer, were paying attention, you already know the answer, but I clearly was not. So from 97 to 129, 30 blocks away in the nether. So with that done, I'm going to put the obsidian away. I am missing a shulker. I'm missing my wood shulker. Okay, it's back at the storage room. If we need the wood, we'll come back for it. The next thing I think we need to do is hit F3G for chunk borders. Okay. And I'm gonna grab a couple of stacks of glass. And I'm gonna grab the note blocks, the observers, and the lava bucket. We're gonna be spawning wardens. They're gonna be coming through this portal. And then we need to get them up higher into the sky. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to lure them over with this. We're not going to have that running this whole time. But essentially, we're going to lead them up a nice little tube. That's 3 blocks tall. And that tube's going to go up high enough that we can be down here and not get blasted by wardens. I'm going to make just a little boundary box here so that when wardens do spawn, they cannot just run freely around the roof of the nether. Perfect. So warden is going to come through here. They're going to be all rah, rah, rah. Where's the noise? There's the noise. And then they're going to come in here and get swooped on up. And we're going to use a lava bucket to make them climb. Because as far as I'm aware, they don't take burning damage. They just need to go up. And I hope that actually works. I have not tested. That'll be fun to learn if they don't. I'm just going to go up like 40 blocks and call that good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 8, 9, 10, 15, 16. I'll see you when I'm done making the pillar. Okay, so this is 40 blocks up. That does not feel like it's very high up, though. However, that should be fine. So from here, the plan is just to build a little platform. This should be plenty of space to prevent entity cramming for 70 wardens. We will put a third one of these up here. So, no. You there. If we stick you there, so that'll keep the wardens active and moving. We'll have the one down there to lure them in. If it's not obvious, I am actually just making this up as I go. I feel like it would be more interesting than to have a fully thought out plan that all goes according to plan. But obviously most of this is not like the most interesting content ever, you know? It's build a tube and build a box and build a couple of observers. I don't know. I'll probably cut here and come back with the next part of the plan. See you soon. Oh, I guess I can give you a sneak peek. I have built all the walls. We're getting close to actually having like a proper base built instead of just this little hole. And now for honestly the scariest part of this, we're going back over to... Oop, not what I meant to do. Back over to the warden infested area. And we need to actually block off that shrieker, which is probably going to activate a couple of times. And once it's been fully blocked off, we can really build up that area and get ready for the wardens to spawn in. So I'll meet you over there. Almost. Nope, nope, nope. Ooh, ouch. Well, let's see what's left of that stuff. I don't think that area is over lava. It's just gonna be everywhere. Never mind, this area is over lava. Okay, this time we're bringing food. Why is the nether so lethal sometimes? Get me some food. Get me another set of elytra. Well, got a spare set in here. Okay, these boxes are just going to be everywhere. I'm going to have some big cleanup to do when I'm done here. There's only so much stuff I could lose. I got my pick. I got the glass. I have a feeling, though, I lost a few things to the lava. So I lost my helmet. I lost my food. I lost the shulker that had the rest of the supplies I was hoping to use for this project. The Nether is just such an incredible place, ain't it? I mean, not to mention, like, this portal is in kind of a terrible spot. Right? Like, we cannot ignore the fact that that was bound to happen at some point. The good news, though, my hat probably wasn't gonna save me from what I'm about to do anyways. No, I put that shulker away. Look at me being smart. Well, if that's been put away... I'm just down 2 pairs of wings. I'm losing wings like candy. Yeah, get me this shulker. We're just gonna put a bunch of things in it because I'm expecting to die a lot with what I'm about to do. To the point where I don't even really want to take my pickaxe in. Ooh, do I just have a spare helmet? Look at that. I got a spare helmet I can just use. I say right before I take all this stuff off. Because where we're going, armor isn't really a factor. We're going to stick those in there, and this is all we're going to take over. Pair of boots for feather falling, and then elytra. Not for the scary part. I don't think there's anything else we really need to do before we start messing with this stuff. So now I'm going to take these off even. Just gonna... That's exactly what I didn't want to do. I don't know if that was number 1 or number 2 on my strike count. But okay, so the next block I break, I'm running down that hole until the warden that spawns despawns. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sides, but I want to get that 6th side. Which means I either need to go real fast and break like 3 blocks, or go very slowly. I guess fast worked. Just realized I kept fireworks, but I put my elytra away. I'm a genius sometimes. Grab some torches, which I don't have. Make some torches. Get a hoe. And the idea here is just... I'm gonna go light this place up a bit. Light the place up and clear out some of the skulky stuff. Make sure there's like not another shrieker nearby that could get me killed. Right, do you need silk touch to mine these? Oh, you do need Silk Touch to mine these. I want to go get Silk Touch on this hoe then. Because I actually really want these things. You know what? My pickaxe has it. Just gonna go the slow way with a pickaxe. Man, there's so much I don't know about Skulk that I want to learn and play around with. I would rather not, that's just dirt, have any creepers dropping on my head while I'm doing this. Okay, I think I've cleared out enough of a space. I don't really need to clear out all of it. I just need to clear out enough that I can feel comfortable working around here. Because the next thing I need to do is clear out... I don't actually know how big the space needs to be, but it's something like 20 blocks in each direction and like 4 or 5 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should we just start with 10 in each direction? Go from there. So we get to mining. I'll be back when I have this space cleared out. I only needed to go like half this distance. Good thing I looked that up, because so from there is 1. So we need 5 blocks in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. I don't need any of that space. So that takes out a huge amount of digging that I did not need to do. That's awesome to hear. Okay, so yeah, this digging just became super easy. I'll be back. Be back in a few minutes when I'm done. So this is the area for spawning them. More or less. There's a little bit of down I need to dig still, obviously. I don't know if I really need to dig down or if I just need to fill in the down area. But I'm starting to realize that portal is a little too far away to be super useful here. So the idea I am now cooking up is that we're going to put a portal... Well, that area needs to dug out too. We're going to put a portal like right around here or something. And do the same... observer into a note block trick to make the wardens go into the nether very quickly. So that's the box. I got so much deep slate. I'm just gonna fill this in and hope there's not like a single hole down here that they find. God, I hate that this block is directional sometimes, because like that just does not look good, but at the same time, we're never going to see it. So we're going to dig. We're just going to dig right into here. Keep this a little centered. We get our portal. As far as I understand it, I'm basically going to stand here. I want them to spawn above me, actually. So I need a bunch of slabs. I should get like an actual little proper setup built here. So we're gonna slab the whole place. Okay, we've got slabs down. We've got the box dug out. Next up, I'm going to be standing at this level. We're going to want to turn those 4 into slabs as well. So we'll just do that. I'm going to be stood 1 block below here, but regardless, this is the center block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 will work. 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. We'll go dimensions like that. Go 4 in either direction. And this will act as our spawning platform. Although, at this rate, why not just... We extend it out by 1, we just hit the edges, and then everything is nice and happy. Or 2 blocks. Maybe I'm just bad at counting still. We'll get a nice little barrier built right there. And then we'll go all the way out here. Continue that barrier. And again, we're just gonna have to kind of hope and pray that nothing else falls down, but we're gonna put portal, put it over here. That'll be the portal hole, like so. Dig back a little ways. And we will put 1 observer facing there, I think. How do I want to do this? No. Need a little more space. We're going to put a note block there. We'll put a torch there so you guys can see as well as I can see. A block there, get you facing that way. And now we just put another observer there, and that'll start making the noise. They shouldn't be able to spawn there. If they spawn there, things have gone wrong, and I need to flee very fast. Okay, I want to make sure that the other portal goes where I'm expecting it to go, which means I need to get my flint and steel back. You can stay here. Plop down you, go through. Hope I don't die. Perfect. And then if we come back through, we're here. Great. Okay. The last thing to do before we start spawning wardens, I think, is to actually set up the chunk loader. So what do we need for a chunk loader? We need to go look at our supplies first off. So we're going to need 2 portals. We're going to need more obsidian. Oh, I'm mining so much more obsidian than I thought I would be for this project. We need obsidian, we need some rails, we need some mine carts, we need some droppers. I'm gonna need my flint and steel for a bit longer. Let's grab the redstone box. Hopper. We need iron. Just gonna see if I can't make this up real quick, because I know I did build this in a test world to make sure I actually knew how it worked and that it could work. And now I just need to remember how to actually do it and figure out where I'm putting it, because where I'm putting it is going to be the trickier question. We're going, that's positive X. We're going negative X away. So here's what I'm thinking. If we come through here and we go a few blocks in the negative X, so this way, turn on some chunk borders. Those aren't chunk borders. Those are chunk borders. Right here. And we go up 2 blocks, because we do need a little bit of space under this portal. I just gotta make sure that the portals are linking where I want them to link and not where they want to link. So this portal goes to here, of course, because why wouldn't it? What followed was roughly 30 minutes of me being confused by portals, but eventually I did get it sorted out and was ready to move on to the next step. I also realized I seem to have cut out all of the stuff relating to the chunk loader and how it actually works. So let's real quickly run through that so that no one's wondering where this magical chunk loader suddenly appeared from. As you can see here, there's a minecart appearing in this portal. This block of fire is actually breaking it, which turns it into an item, which allows it to instantly go back through this portal. And that is the main mechanic of how this is actually working. On the other side, you can hear a little clicking. The item form of the minecart falls onto this block right here, which is then picked up by this minecart with hopper, as you can see as minecarts appear occasionally. It's then cycled into the hopper, into the dispenser, and then I just have a simple little clock right here that is placing a new minecart that is then immediately pushed into the portal, sending it back through, creating a loop. And by sending an item through a portal, you render the chunk with the portal in it, as well as a 3x3 of chunks around it, thus creating your own chunk loader. And this works to also load chunks in the nether, because you can't just put an ender pearl down in the nether because there's no water that you can place in the nether. And that's how the chunk loader works. So now I just have the fun task of slowly counting to 70 while listening to this noise. And the sound of Wardens spawning. So, we've got 2. I'll come back when we're close to 70. At some point that piglin's gonna get killed. Oh no, is he sniffing me? Oh, he sniffed me. Why did I not set a bed over here? Oh, because a bed would have been a smart thing to do, and I am not smart. I returned, and things went much smoother from then on. So let's go see what we caught. Oh, hello. We poke our heads down here. Yeah, so we're not at the mob cap, because look at that. Other things are spawning. Clearly, I need to go spawn in a few more. How many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 more? Ah, and there, you can actually see this side of the chunk loader working. So let's do this and count to 4. 1, a 2, a 3, and 4. So while we let those guys continue to funnel up that tube, let's go check out the nether. It's looking pretty empty to me. Let's just come over here real quick, because this is where I grind out my wither skeleton skulls. There's always mobs around here. I just give a quick little free cam fly around. Oh, you're holding a block though, so you might not count. It does not look like there's anything here though. I think it worked. Without mob spawning, I can actually like exist in the nether without worrying that like my builds are gonna get blown up by ghasts. That was honestly the entire reason I did it, was I didn't want ghasts blowing up whatever I was gonna build in here. And now I can build freely. Oh, this is so exciting. I was gonna say, while we wait for the last of them to make their way up this tube, I'm gonna go see how much time is left on the video, but seeing as there's only one guy down here and, well, I don't know if he's going up anytime soon. Let's come over here real quick so I can actually talk to you guys. I am gonna cut here though. I'm gonna find out how much time we've got left in the video and whether or not we've got time to do anything else today. Be back in a second. So, this video is already broken 40 minutes, which means I do want to wrap it up here. I did have a build planned that I want to do around the Wardens. I think it's going to be a super fun build. You're all going to like it. But that's going to be the start of next episode. You can also see I have done a little bit of grinding for some new tools. I'm very happy with them. Thank you all for coming and checking out the video, saying hi. Oh, there's plans for next episode. Don't look too closely because it's spoilers. See you all next time.